So, we are living under the Uranus-Pluto square now. Uranus cannot do all the activation that it wants to do in Aries. Aries is start. Let's start new things. Let's try new things. Let's go, go, go. Pluto's up here saying, well, I've got to get busy structuring this. We need to make laws for the internet. We need to make laws for that. We have a whole new world we've never dealt with before. We have international law we've never dealt with before. Do you all see what I'm saying? Okay. Let me mention another thing to you. I was on the radio 1982 through 84, a little tiny station in Wheeling, and I had to explain everything like, yes, you create your own reality, huh? Yeah, your energy comes out of you and it affects others. What kind of energy? Well, and I would say, lady, you're going through this massive change. What's going on? And she said, I just got back from Walgreens. I said, it's not what I'm talking about. And then you had these phenomenal pioneers like Sven, who were way ahead of their time, writing about raw foods, writing about energy, writing about holistic health, writing about rights for women, blah, 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 blah. And now you see it everywhere. So what I'm saying to you is now when clients come to me, I just mentioned this, and they go, oh yeah. Look at what shows they're watching. They're watching mediums, they're watching psychics. They're not all good, but they're getting the idea that you're not alone, which is where I'm coming to with all you guys. So, I'm going to get to the post-Mayan chart also. So I'm doing a reading a couple years ago on the phone, and a lady calls me from St. Louis. They call me, I take the birth information, I do the chart on my computer, and on my computer I can do 5, 10 different types of charts, and I can see a lot about the person. And the first 40 minutes is pretty much me getting to know you and your energies, because I see your symbols, but I'm not sure how they manifest for you, and I got to hear it out of your language so that we end up talking the same linguini. Last 20 minutes is easy, put it together. So I call this lady, she's an Aries, which means she's a fiery Aries, ruled by Mars, and you know, go, 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 don't stop at anything, green light. I call her, and I happen to be 15 minutes late. Well, I called her, and I heard all this, and she didn't mind. It was my mistake. I heard all this clanging around in the backward, and I'm trying to work with her and talk to her. This dog's barking, and I got all this chaos going on. Mercury's not retrograde. And I'm talking and talking, and I'm starting to get annoyed, and then I said to myself, did you hear this? No. I said to myself, don't get annoyed. There's a reason this is happening. Here we come into bleep. I said, what was happening with the woman was she was an Aries who's sparky, and you don't caution these people. These people are impulsive, but she was raised by very cautious parents. And you can really ruin fiery kids like Sagittarians and Aries especially if you're raised by a cautious set like Capricorns and Cancers, because the whole world is going, whoa, settle down, Susan, settle down. And Susan's nature is not to settle down. It's to, you know, to be jumpy like Dick Van Dyke and, you know, Richard Pryor, Bette Midler. Okay? So what they learn is they learn not to trust their instincts. So I got them in my office trying to relight their fire after 60 years of being repressed. And they just know that if they move, something's going to get them. It's very serious. Happens all the time. So I talked to this lady, and it was obvious that she started to own it, see? I don't want to hear you just complain about mom and dad. You got to start to own it. Where have you been putting your fire out? So I started to get her to identify with it. She's getting older now. So I can tell by talking to her, oh, I got control of this switch. I don't want control of that switch. And that's the biggest problem humans have even today, is Pluto is saying, hey, Susan, here's your big horse. Susan says, I don't want that big damn horse. Get him out of here. I want my little pony. No, Pluto says. If all ponies are gone, that's what's happening to the world now. 1 second. What's happening? All ponies have been removed. We all got to get on the big horse and start riding and taking responsibility. And we don't want to, because we're a cancer country, but we want government to do it for us. But don't take my Medicare. So I'm talking to her and I can sense this reticence. So I'm not going with the noise in the room. I'm going with the noise inside of her. She wants the flame, but she doesn't. She wants to light it up, but she doesn't. And then bang, 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 bang. And I finally said to her, I said, lady, what's this guy doing in your house? She says, he's working on the furnace. I said, I understand that, but try this again. What is he doing in your house? Oh, he's trying to get the pilot light to stay lit. I knew right there. I said, we're in the quantum world now. This is totally quantum. And when I got done with her and she stopped wavering and I had her excited and she promised to move on, he said, lady, here's your bill. I gotta go. That is reality. That is not coincidence. That is quantum. That is holography. That's what's going on everywhere now. And luckily I saw it. Luckily I knew it. And I have hundreds of examples just like her. To her, oh hubby, they got the pilot light fixed. But really, I was helping her to get her pilot light lit. And if she had decided against, that light would go back out. There's a direct acausal link. There's a direct link to it, but one's not causing the other, which is what you guys are all about. Okay, now let me get back to a couple more before I get into the other stuff.